welcome to my channel. My name is Erefe. Today we are going to talk about how to start your cereal business, your Tom Brown business, your Winnie Mix business. So if you are yearning to hear more, please come around, let's have a conversation, let's get our business started this year. The first question is, how do I start my cereal mix business? We all need ideas of what we are going to do. So you first ask yourself, what type of cereal mix am I going to do? Am I going to do a 3 cereal mix, a 4 cereal mix, or a 5 cereal mix? A 13 cereal mix or 16 cereal mix? You have to ask yourself this question. You also have to have done this in a small quantity to taste or give away to people in the neighborhood to taste how it feels like. So before you even delve into creating a very big business out of it, you have to start on a small budget. So let's say you go to the market and you get your 3 cereal. When you come home, you roast, you do whatever you need to do to it, and then you distribute some to your friends and family. Let them taste it for feedback. It is very necessary to take feedback from people so that you know whether this one is better off than the other one you took. So that is what I'm saying. You have to know which type of Tom Brown mix you are making. You also have to know the measurement for each cereal mix you do. You also want to add dates or tuber. A tuber like tiger nuts. You also have to know the quantity for the tiger nut, the same as the quantity for the dates. And you also have to know which measurements you are giving to each of the ingredients you are using. You definitely need capital. But before that, you have to think of whatever you want to do, the type of cereal mix you want to do. It's very necessary. Also, you want to know the measurements. So, take some money, go to town. Things have increased now, so you want to take an amount of money that will get you what you want. Where you can get your ingredients to buy. I live in Accra. So anytime I want to buy, I go straight to the local market. It's either Kaneshi, Accra, or Nima markets. I prefer Nima markets because so far I've realized they have a lot of cereal and grains that I could just vouch into it and get whichever ones I want. So if you are also in Accra, try these 3 places and see which works for you. We are using 3 ingredients, which is rice, wheat and soya bean. We also have to know that all these ingredients must be dry already. So you get something from town, people want to know whether you have to wash them or not. Clearly you need to wash them. I always stress on where you get your ingredients. Is it from a neat source? How is it preserved even before you got them from the shop? You have to clearly see. But once it's going to be turned into powder, you have to make sure they are neat and dry. When I bring the ingredients to the house, I pick the dirt out of it, one after the other. You realize that there are stones in it, which you wouldn't like anyone to complain about, seeing stones or cracking into any hard substance in your Tom Brown or your cereal mix. So then, you have to make sure that everything you are doing is neatly done before you even go ahead to roast them. Wash them, dry them a day or 2 before they start roasting. Make sure whatever you are doing, you are soaking in water, does not carry molds along with them before you roast them. You want to sell healthy and good food. So then, you have to make sure everything that you are putting or giving out to sell is neat and quality. Okay, so we are using the roasting method as I said. you also have to know how your heat system is. So when you're when you are roasting, I always stress on this. Make sure everything you are doing turns golden brown. So let's say you are using white rice. You have to make it in, turn into a golden brown color before you meal it. It's the same as when you are using beans. Let's say you are using the black eye peas, which has the black eye at the mouth, and then the rest is the kind of white, or white with some black dots. Make sure it turns from its original color into a brownish kind of color. I'm not saying roast it till it get burnt. No. If you do that, your cereal mix is going to be bitter. Make sure you toss it, let's say about 20 minutes on the fire, roasting it. Don't make sure it doesn't get burned, okay? But make sure when you break it or you crack it, you can see that it is okay. It has been roasted well. It's the same thing that applies to all the ingredients. When you bite the original one, which is not roasted, there is a difference between the roasted and the non-roasted one. So you can compare, okay? You will know whether this is roasted well or not. I say this because sometimes you see Tom Brown mix or cereal mix in town. Some looks white, some looks very brown, some look, in between. I think roasting it very well to a golden brown color without deceiving anyone about the content, it is very easy for it to cook on fire when you turn it into powder. But let's say you don't roast it well and it is very white, you wouldn't actually tell whether it is okay for you to take off the fire when you are boiling it or not. Moreover, when kids take this, it will peg them, which is not something you want people to be complaining about. If you get it right from the roasting side, you will definitely get it right when you are boiling it. Alright? I mean, when you mix it into like a paste form or watery form and you put it on fire, when someone eats it, the person feels okay. Alright? You don't want people to be complaining about the products you have. That is why I always stress, make sure your ingredients turn into a golden brown color. How will you know if, let's say, you are using red beans? How will you know that this is roasted well? That is what I'm saying. Compare the one you've not roasted to the one that you've roasted, and you will definitely have your answer. Make sure you roast this very well. I hope this is very, explanatory for you to understand that. Turn your original ingredient into a golden brown color. Make sure it doesn't burn. Now let's talk about the measurements. I've always talked about how to measure. I have even done a separate video on how to measure your Tom Brown. But this question keeps coming even on WhatsApp and on my YouTube channel. Aside all this explanation, if you still want to learn, people ask whether they can come physically for training. Okay, I'm going to think about it, but it will cost you if you still need further explanation after this video. Now let's delve into the measuring parts. Okay, so I'm using these ingredients as an example. Let's take the 4 ingredients mixed on brown. Okay, we are using rice, millets, soya bean, and groundnuts. Okay, so if I'm preparing it for a family of 3, all right, and I'm doing it in a very small quantity. I'm going to use cups to differentiate how much I'm going to, measure my ingredients. So I'm going to measure 3 cups of rice, 2 cups of millet, and I'm going to use 2 cups of soya bean. Now I'm also going to use a half cup or 1 cup, a half cup or 1 cup, just 1 cup of granules. Let me repeat it again. I'm going to use 3 cups of rice, 2 cups of millet, another 2 cups of soya bean, and 1 cup of granules or half. It is your choice. Well, I always say that make sure that your granules does not supersede or the other ingredients, okay? Because granules have a very high scent. All right, if you even meal the granules itself, it turns into a paste and it rises when you mail it. The quantity becomes more. So instead of making the granules supersede the rest, I minimize the granules. That is why I'm saying that some people want to, the granules flavor. That is why I'm going for 1 cup. But if you don't really want the granules flavor, or you think you've used 1 cup and it didn't go well with you, just reduce the granules and then add it to the rest of the ingredients and meal it. All right? Okay, so let's go for 5 cereal mix, which I don't have granules to be packed. Let's say I'm going for tiger nuts, soya bean, rice, beans, maize, and dates. Okay, I will use 2 cups of maize, 2 cups of rice, 1 cup of soya bean, 1 cup of beans, and a half cup of dates or 1 cup of dates. It is your choice. You choose what you want to have in your Tom Brown. Okay, let me take another one. This is a 3 cereal mix Tom Brown. A 3 cereal mix Tom Brown, which contains wheat, soya beans, and rice. Yes. Now, is it the wheat you want to have in your Tom Brown? Supersede the rest? Okay, so what I would do is, if you want rice to be dominant, let me say supersede, okay, dominance in it, I'll use 2 cups of rice, I'll use 1 cup of wheat, and I can use 1 cup of soya bean. Okay, if you want it, you can do 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of wheat, 1 cup of soya bean. Okay, so it all depends on how you want it. But as I have said, I have tried this for a long time, and I've realized that if you use too much of granules in your Tom Brown, you might not like the taste of it because it has a very high scent, and whenever you add too much to it, the granules becomes too much. You feel it so much in your mouth, and sometimes it doesn't go well because you are using other ingredients. You are using other ingredients, and they are competing with each other. You want something very nice, something that when you eat, it is just on point. Yeah, that is what you want to see, or that is the feeling you want to get. So as a professional in this, I will tell you not to add too much of your granite to it, just so you have a nice taste. If you want too much of it, why don't you try it? You can try it. But let's see, if you put it on the market, the scent itself, I don't know what people want. I don't know which kind of ingredients you have mixed, but we are all here to explore. I wouldn't say no. Just try and see. Find out yourself. This whole measurement doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow what I'm doing. You have to explore. So people asking of the measurements, I need the right measurement, I need the blah 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 blah. Make sure the ingredients you are measuring make sense. That is what I just want to tell you. Okay, I've already told you reduce your granite. So think of the other ingredients you are mixing. There is also one thing that I also want to tell you. Don't make your maize supersede the whole thing or dominant. You can make it dominant, but make sure that the other ingredients are almost getting to the same amount of the maize. Okay, so some people complain about when I bought this Tom Brown or when I bought this cereal mix, the maize was too much. I didn't get the taste I want. Make your measurements balance. Okay, so let's say you are using 2 cups of maize, you are using 2 cups of millet, you are using 2 cups of rice, you are using 2 cups of beans, and you are using 2 cups of soya beans, and you are using 1 cup of maize. It makes sense. But if you make one, let's say you make 6 cups of maize, 2 cups of soya bean, and 2 cups of millet, or 2 cups of wheat. You see, the wheat, the millet, the beans, you have about 6 different ingredients competing. 6 cups, let's say 6 cups of different ingredients competing with a whole 6 cups of maize. Okay, yeah, I would say in a way it will balance, because the other 3 have 6 cups, and the one ingredient that you chose is also 6 cups. I would advise that you reduce the maize a little. Maybe you can go for 3. Okay, 3 cups of maize, and the other rest to be 2 cups, or 4 cups of maize, and then the other ones 2 cups of each, so that when you are eating it, you will have a little. Sometimes people eat your Tom Brown and cannot even tell how many ingredients you use. So let's say I make 8 ingredients mixed Tom Brown, and you don't even see the label. That is why people always deceive you that we have foreign Tom Brown and then we have the local one. When I make my Tom Brown mix, there is nothing like it. I don't even know whether the foreigners have Tom Brown, or they have their own mixtures. But this is a local one, an authentic Ghanaian Tom Brown mix or cereal mix we've been eating for ages. It's just that I was lucky that my mom used to do a whole lot, so I know very well what to add and what not to. So when you're making ingredients mix, this ingredient mix for babies, some people add fish to it. Even some people go ahead to add shrimps to it. But you also have to know that shrimps have a particular scent that you don't want too much in it. So you reduce children are very picky. When they eat something for a very long time, they refuse to eat the rest. So you want to add just a little to it, add just a little bit of fish to it, and then add the rest of the ingredients, and it becomes balanced. Okay, when it is too much, when a child can taste a particular ingredient, when they take it for a long time, they refuse to take the rest. So you want to lure the baby without picking and choosing which ingredients they want in the food. So you balance everything for them and they eat it. People also want to know whether these ingredients mixed are for weight loss or weight gain. These are nutritious meals. These are nutritious cereals. It is for the well-being of a person. So yes, if you are adding something like soya beans, all these things are very nutritious meal, and it makes your skin nourishing and looking, you are always glowing, you are always happy when you are eating this. So it works on your body, okay? It works totally on your body. So if you're a person who like to eat Tom Brown a lot, or if you feed your children with a good Tom Brown mix or good cereal mix, you will actually see the difference. Their skin become glowing, their skin glows, and they look very healthy because they are eating good food. So make your research and pick and choose which ingredients you are going to use. Explore. I've always told people that when it comes to measurements of Tom Brown or measurements of cereal mix, you don't make mistakes. And people keep asking me, I made this, it wasn't nice. I wasn't nice. How do I correct myself? You added too much of rice, or you added too much of beans, or you added too much of maize. Don't worry at all. The ones that you think was dominant over the other are the other ones that wasn't dominant. Roast them again, roast the fresh one again, and then add it to it and mix it. It becomes something that you like. So let's say you did too much of rice or you did too much of maize. Okay, now what I have to do is I use, let's say, less of wheat or less of beans. Okay, now I'm going to increase the beans and then the millet or the wheat, let's say one cup each or 2 cups each. Just balance it and then roast it again, meal it, and add it to the powder you've already made that you were complaining of. You will mix it and then you have a beautiful Tom Brown mix. So there is no mistake here. Just go out there and explore. People also want to know how to preserve it. So I went to town and a woman was telling me that you can just fetch some amount of salt and add it to your Tom Brown to the ingredients when you are going to meal it. But I also have promised people that I want to make this very organic. I don't want to add anything to it. So what I will do is prepare the raw food products and then sell it. In a way, salt is used for preservation of food. So I think that is the reason people also add the salt to it. But no, I was told that it increases the amount of powder you get out of the ingredients you have milled, okay, if I'm saying it right. That was what I was told. But I haven't tried that before. I don't know if anyone has tried this and can tell me what's up. I have bought some from town and it's so salty. I don't like it that way. I want to add my own salt to it because I don't know the condition you are in. I want to sell product to you that I won't lie to you. And the funny thing is, they don't write that they have added salt or sugar to it. Don't be deceived. If you are buying things from the market, especially these food products in packs, don't be deceived. Some people add things you are not supposed to eat in it and they don't write it in there. So I don't add salt to it. I make it the authentic, the original way Ghanaians make it, and then I put it to sell. If you don't know that I have a product, then I'm telling you today, you can order from me. I have told people that I make it in a big or bulk purchase. If you are in the house, or if you want some for a family or for a program, just pre-order it and I'm going to make it the way you want it and send it to you. But make sure that whatever you are preparing for people, on your label you write it there. If you're adding salt or sugar, please be clear, because we are in a world that so many people are battling with so many things, and you don't want to hurt people with the food that you are preparing for them. So what I do is, after I have milled my ingredients, I have brought it home, I've waited for it to cool down. These are the packages I use. So this is the pouch bag. This is the pouch bag. Yeah, you can get this from Instagram. You can get this from the paper bag market, or anybody who does paper bag. I got this from Instagram, but I've also seen that there are people who sell some in Accra market, and also if you go to Adabraka, where Citidia used to have their shop, I think around that lane, you can get this pouch bag and buy. You can also go for this alternative and you seal it, and then that's all. So it can be a big container, it can be a smaller container, depending on how much you want to put in this. I think this is 500 grams. You can put 500 grams in it. It's the same as this. This is 500 grams, and these ingredients I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ingredients mixed around. This is how I make in smaller quantity and take it to people who want to buy outside the country. Yes, and just, yeah, friends outside the country, sometimes they want to put their own brands on it and then sell. Do it in bulk purchase. You tell me the ingredients you want, then I do it for you. So we've spoken about the preservation. All you have to do is, after it has cooled down, you open this, you put it in there, then you seal it with either foil, and then you cover this. If you have the plastic cover, let me show you this, the plastic seal that you use on the bags, you just seal it nicely and then you put it on the shelf to sell and send it to whoever wants to buy. With this pouch bag, it have a zip lock, and also after the zip lock, you can just use the heat press on it and then it is sealed, so you don't get air into this pouch bag, and then you sell to your customers. So it's either you are going for this or you are going for this. Okay, so what's next? I've spoken about whether you are using this for health, gaining your health or whatever. These are nutritious meals, so whatever ingredients it contains is going to build you up. Okay, you also have to know, okay, if there's have some type of ingredient that you think is not going to make you big, you're going to reduce the amount you take. That's all. You just have to know how to plan your meals and you'll be good taking this cereal mixed on brown. It is something I will tell you to go for. It is something I will ask you to go for, but know where to buy these from. In Ghana, before you even decide to sell this out, you need to register your company with the, I think, Register General. You also have to go for FDA approval. You also have to do the VAT registration so that you can be able to sell in the supermarkets, the malls, and these big shops. Outcome for registering these businesses that you have is it help you sell your product in peace. You don't have anyone battling with, these are not good products. If FDA have tested your food and they think it's good, why not? If people are telling you, oh, I like your food, people are ordering it, that is when you see that you have really done well, and then this business is going to go well for you. We are thinking about quality, we are thinking about cost. When you finish with your Tom Brown and you think that, okay, you also have to know the prices, compare the prices in town. Okay, I can't tell you how much you should sell your product. You also have to consider how much you got the ingredients, your transportation, and everything. Whether you are using gas or you are using charcoal, you also have to bring all this included, and then see how much you are going to sell. You also would like to go and compare your prices to the ones already in the market. If you are new to this business, you are new in this business, and you want to consider reducing the amount, yes, it will be good. But you also have to consider that if you are using about 15 ingredient, 13, 8 ingredient Tom Brown, it will cost much. You can't compare that to people selling 3 cereal mix and they are selling like 15 cedis, 20 cedis, or $20, any currency in you have in your country. You are going for quality. We are all here to help. So if you have your products being started, or if you are now getting into this business opportunity, or well, you don't want to lose, so you do something that you will definitely gain. I hope this is explanatory enough for anyone listening. I hope you are going to go ahead without any hesitation. Go out, start your business, and don't fear when things are not going well. Sell to people. If you are new to this and you want to hold on to registration and sell to friends and family, you can do that for now. But once market is picking up, people are seeing your product, it is going on well, you like to register. It's very important. Register your business, sell in peace, and then everybody will trust the brand. Don't forget that your branding is very important. After you've registered, you are okay with the name and everything, make sure you come out and then sell to us. We will buy once it is good food. Okay, let me know if you've started a business from watching my video. Let me know if you've had any positive results. Shout out to people calling me from Cameroon, Uganda, people calling me from the UK, US, all over the world. I appreciate it so much. It is this Tom Brown videos that have made my subscribers go up. In fact, getting calls from the UK, from Cameroon, from all over, from the northern part of Ghana. I'm so grateful for having you, and I'm saying that start your business anyway. Don't let anything stop you, because you are going to do well. On that note, I will leave you here, but I will definitely come back and bring you more business tips as always. There is so much that I have, so think about something you want to do. Share your ideas if you want me to talk about it, and I will definitely bring you a video on it. Thank you so much, lovely people, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye bye.